Morning, y'all. This is an Age of Empires 4 review for Nyx. He's playing against the Japanese, or excuse me, he's playing as the Japanese against the Delhi Sultanate here. And this game goes 51 minutes. He pretty much says, how could I have ended this game a lot earlier? Kind of felt like he had it in the bag, and the game dragged on. So we'll kind of see what small nitpicky items we can get at here and what bigger global strategies that we can also look at. I don't really play Japanese, but I assume global strategy wise I can help you out here a bit. This is high view. I very rarely see high view on reveal all map, and this is a weird looking map. So I'll speed through this first part a little bit. I'm going to switch to caster mode here, and we got a villager snoozing. That's a small nitpicky thing. Small nitpicky thing is the early game is very, very important for villager efficiency. And I don't know what strategy you do here. If you fight in feudal some, if you go to fast castle, I guess we'll see. But that especially Delhi fights early and fights fast, and so we want to make sure we're pretty efficient at the beginning with our villagers, and small mistakes happen. Delhi guy's got a weird build. So again, I'm interested to see what overall strategy you go for against the Delhi guy. Small nitpicky thing I tell everybody this is just move the sheep under your town center. They look like they're as close to the town center as they can go, but they're not. You see where the villagers are dropping off the wood when they come over here? That's how close you can get the sheep. And what that prevents later on is your villagers walking all the way out to kill this sheep and then all the way back to the town center. It's a very small thing, which you don't think would save you as much food as and villager efficiency as it does, but it really helps because your villager up here can just kill the sheep, get the sheep food, and immediately deposit rather than having to run back and forth. I think that's enough room for a farm, should be. So I like that you gave enough space there and you didn't have the Kura storehouse farms blocked by any resources. It's good general placement. And then let's see what you do here. He's going Dome of Faith into barracks. So we scout that. I mean, normally I would say that's a good sign for us. A couple of quick things here. So if we scout Dome of Faith, we know that or we would at least expect maybe he's going to be a little slower to his feudal aggression than normal, and he has a barracks. Which, if you scout that barracks, you know that you have a lot more leeway because Ghazi Raiders are not going to hit you immediately like he probably should be doing. And you know that if he starts spamming archers, they're not going to be as effective because he doesn't have the tower victory. Because the tower victory gives plus 20% attack speed to all infantry units. I think it's a bit of an interesting choice. You went for the wood out here. Not super sure about that. Just because it's outside of the TC range, and you could have gone for the safe wood line here inside your TC range. And that's less villager walk time to get here and start chopping wood. If the opponent had archers or Ghazi Raiders, he does not at this point, but he should. He could punish this wood line pretty hard. So, yeah, you're going for the berries out here. Again, that's a lot of walk time to get the berries, but, you know, that's fine. You got a lot of sheep out here, and small nitpicky thing I was telling you earlier was he's got to walk to, he's going to kill this sheep out here, and then they've got to walk back and forth from the town center, which is not very good. So, since he's not raiding right now, like, this is fine, but in a game where someone went Ghazi Raiders, he would be able to punish you pretty hard for doing that. And I would think you're gonna go Castle Age here. I'm just interested to see what he's doing as well. He's not really doing a whole lot, which is should be absolutely great for what you're doing. You're gonna go Mounted Samurai, which I think will work here. I mean, he's got some spearmen, but he's only got 5, so you kind of have to think about it like if you match equal numbers of Mounted Samurai versus his spears, you'll absolutely dominate that fight. Because he'll have feudal spears, you'll have Castle Age Mounted Samurai. Other thing I would like seeing here is just, well, I forgot you have Forge, so yeah, I would, when you start making Mounted Samurai, you should get the +1 ranged armor because you can probably assume that you're going to go in here and attack him. He's getting 1 Sacred Sight at 10 minutes. That's like a no big deal. I wouldn't even worry about that. Yeah, and see, the berries were good. I mean, since he wasn't raiding, that was good safe food. You may as well get it, but there's a lot of walk time for the villagers to get back to the next food source. That's kind of rough. When we build a landmark, we want to make sure we shift queue our villagers to the next resource. And I would like to see you start making a lot of Mounted Samurai here, right? That's what we want to go for. Might need some more guys on gold so you can get upgrades and see how these sheep are. Would really like to see these sheep under the town center. So you're going for deer here in an absolute battleground with bitey infantry. It's dangerous out there. So you start going out to grab relics. Love that. Yeah, we don't have enough Mounted Samurai to do that. We need a... So this is kind of key when we're talking about Castle Age timing and attacks here, is we need to scout with these Mounted Samurai. We need to scout with these Mounted Samurai because exactly what you just did, our Castle Age Mounted Samurai is a very strong unit. But it's not going to be a strong unit against a bunch of spearmen. So if we built up some Mounted Samurai, there's really 2 things you can do here. One is you have a scout with your Mounted Samurai, you run around the map, you attack the villagers out on the map on different resources, which we know he's going to have at this point in the game, and we avoid the army that has spearmen. Once we get enough Mounted Samurai, we don't want to lose any of these Mounted Samurai raiding. If he's got 5 spearmen, then we just kill the army. You know, if we get a mass of 5, 6 Mounted Samurai altogether, then we just kill this army, no problem. The guy you're playing against is weird. I'm not exactly sure why he built the compounded defender out here, but to each their own. So, great raid right here. And we just want to do this over and over and over again. We don't want to lose anything to spears. We don't want to lose a single samurai to spears. We're going to lose another one here. We just want to raid eco over and over and over again. And see how he kind of chases you out of the base with this spearman right here? Perfect time to double back around. You just want to double back around with the units here and keep raiding. You gotta buy the infantry out here killing villagers. But we don't, so one thing we don't want to do with any type of cavalry, knights, mounted samurai, lancers, horsemen, is have them sitting in our town center not doing anything. We don't want that. We want to be out on the map with the scout, with these cavalry raiding. It's what we need to do. He kind of gave up on the mounted samurai here because he killed a couple, but he's got a lot of guys out on the map. It's easy for me to see with God vision, but I was just talking about this in my last replay. If you're playing against someone and you know they've gone through their sheep, which they have at this point in the game, apparently he has a couple, but and you know they haven't built farms. You scout, they have no farms. They are out on food on the map. So he's got guys here. He's got guys in the bottom. He's starting to wall up. Stone walls out there too. Wow, he is really stonewalling up. Honestly, if you were out with this army right now, you could catch his army while he's walling up like this and kill him. Yeah, we just need to focus on our map control here. I think you got the game. You just need to be raiding with these mounted samurai. Like, the part of the purpose of your fast castle timing there is you have a unit that they will really struggle with. And you should be able to kill a lot of eco during that timing. That's kind of the goal there. And we want to make sure we're getting our blacksmith upgrades when we're in castle. Small nitpicky things is just if you can throw down another lumber camp, once there's room, you throw down another one. Yeah, we're just a little too much idle time on the army here. We're not really doing anything with our units. We had an advantage for a little while, and you kind of sat back and let him take things over, / get back into the game. He's building an elephant. Interesting. Yeah, I mean this is insane. He has built an entire stone wall almost all the way across the map. You don't want to let him do that at 15 minutes into the game. Just think about how much stone he has gathered versus other resources. I would also say you need more unit producers at this point. I know you have the increased production speed, but you need more barracks and stables so you can pump guys out. Both of you guys built 2 Mangon. I think he's got a better army than you here. I could be wrong, but well, you do have mounted samurai. It could go either way. But yeah, I love this. Let's just get in the woodline and kill villagers. I wouldn't take that fight there. That's tough. Oh yeah, that's where I think he gets you pretty good there. Yeah, so what happened here was there's a very small space here, and your army composed primarily of melee troops. Like you need more combat with here to actually fight. They were trying to all fit in this little corner. They could, the only other way was around this side here. We left the mangonels undefended, which we don't want to do, and that's how he wins this battle. So that's a big loss for us. Because we really just need mounted samurai running around in his base at this point killing villagers. We want to kill as many villagers as we can. Villager kills and villager idle time, you're making a lot more now, which I like. Because I do still, he's floating so many resources, I still think at this point you could overwhelm him. And with our forge, we got to get blacksmith upgrades. Like, definitely need ranged armor for these mounted samurai. That's a big one. Oh, he's out here mining your stone. That is that's an insult. You can't let him do that. He's out there mining your resources. See how many relics you have. 3 relics, like that. We've maybe had some idle time on the TC. Yeah, I think we've had a decent amount of idle time on the TC because if you have 9, let's say you're both on one town center. You have 9 villager kills. He's only 4 behind. He has 2 villager kills. So you should be 7 villagers ahead. You're only 4 ahead, so you've probably had about a minute of more idle time in your town center than him, and it'll keep going up. So you can either use H, that will take you back to your town center at any time and just queue up a villager, or I just hot queue my town center to a number, and while I'm out here fighting, I'll pull it and start building villagers. Again, we don't really want to get... I think you should be able to take this fight. But we definitely want our Urna Bageshu helping out with the fight and letting the Rams take care of the keep. And what we want here, I think you're beginning to do this, but we want just constant unit stream from these production buildings. Woo! You got a lot of mounted samurai queued up there. This is when we need more stables. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units queued up in the same stable, throw down 5 more stables, and you'll win the game because you've got him here. Yeah, again, when you've got his base like this, I'd like to see you just take the mounted samurai and go find villagers because he's out of food right now. It's like killing the town center is great, but we need to find his villagers and kill them. That's how we win. I mean, if you had more rams, you could just kill the landmarks, right? But I don't think you know where the third one is. I mean, at this point, the guy should probably GG, but yeah, and you've got a lot of gold, a lot of gold, so you're just floating a lot of resources at the end because you kind of were talking about how could I have ended the game faster. We need our blacksmith upgrades in these fights. We need to spend all of our resources, and if we have that much gold, let's throw down a market and buy food or whatever we need. Now he's just building keeps everywhere. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, he re-walled out here. Oh, that was smart. He got you good there. So yeah, if we see that, you should just throw down a Oh, you don't have siege engineering. You should build a ram immediately and try to get through there. Yeah, I feel like you're spending a lot of time killing, I don't want to say useless buildings. It's fine to kill the unit producers, but, you know, what did these lumber camps ever do to you? But, so, 2 things right now, since you said this is kind of where you wanted to be able to end the game. There's 2 ways we could go about it. Is 1, you kill the landmarks. We know the Dome of the Face right here. Where's the 3rd landmark? Let's find it and kill it. Or you kill villagers. That's really two things that we can do here. You kill all of his villagers or you kill his landmarks. That's how you end the game in this situation because you already broke his base. So I'm kind of speeding through this because I know you said the game lasts a long time and you wanted to know how to finish the game. So he's building the 4th landmark somewhere in the bottom right. So we're just going to watch a lot of sieging here, I think. I wouldn't even worry about going back home if that's what you're doing. I would get scouts out and find where the landmarks are and find where his villagers are and try to end the game. I guess he might counterattack you here. That's what it looks like. But you know he has villagers here. Just kill them. He's counterattacking you and bringing your army back to the base, which is what's going to prolong this game. Like, you can come back and kill the army, but he's prolonging the game by being a pain, which is totally fine to do, but it does prolong the game. So he's got 0 food, 11 units. So if you wanted to, you could just come clear out this installation and then go for his base again. But again, if you wanted to end the game right now, you kill all his landmarks. You just need to scout and find out where those are. We don't really, if we have rams, we don't really want to fight under burning oil with our own units. We just let the rams do the work. So, I mean, to be fair, this game is over. He's floating a lot of resources. Maybe that's why he's sticking around and he's getting the elite tower elephants. So, you aged up to imperial. If you age up to imperial, let's see what upgrades you got. Elite mounted samurai. We did not get. All right. So again, key thing is we just need more production. I mean, you should throw down like 15 barracks and 15 stables right now and just end the game. You would end the game on pure unit production. Because you're really just rolling off 1 barracks and 1 stable. That's not enough in Imperial Age. And, you know, we want to get our eco upgrades. We want to get a university down and get our university upgrades. We want to get our basic blacksmith upgrades, which I know you've been getting some. Military academy would be super useful for you here, since you're only on a couple spawners. But again, best way to end this game earlier is kill the landmarks and find his villagers on the map and kill them. Always easier said than done, but I would do that by just getting a lot of scouts out on the map. Map control wise, some walls would help you. You've got a lot of stone. You could even throw up palisades just so you know where people are coming in when people aren't. And, you know, so you can't sneak any villagers by or anything weird like that. But I feel like you really kind of had this game the whole time. Maybe a key thing when you first hit castle was trying to not lose as many mounted samurai and try and just continually raid. You know, you want to continually attack with cavalry units. You don't want them sitting in your base. When you know your opponent's used up his sheep and he's not on farms, you know he's out on the map getting food. Once he's used his original gold mine, you know, Delhi doesn't really have that problem a whole lot, but you know he's out on the map getting gold somewhere. Same with woodline. When they go through their original woodline, they're out getting wood somewhere. First engagement you took in the base was pretty bad for you. That was a good fight for him and kind of changed the tempo of the game, but then you were able to outproduce him and get back in here and basically kill him and win the game. So like that you did a good job picking up the relics. And I did like the cursed storehouse placement. So yeah, I generally just say you had this game, but he kind of hung around. And easiest way to do that is just finish off the landmarks. If once you took down these two, if you had scouted the other two, you could have taken down the landmarks and just sent back like a choice few units to clean up the units he had here. I don't think you needed to take the whole army back to clean those up. So hopefully that helps you with, you know, how to finish the game up. If you have any questions about anything I said or any other just general questions you had, please let me know in the comments. Thanks.